When I bring you closer, it's because I put on lotion today.
And he smells good today.
And I'm trying to get them 4 years that Diddy got too.
He smelled good today too.
I smell good. Real good. I smell good every day.
Well, you smell really good today.
There's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out.
You gonna sing my song, man? You gotta sing it. You gotta sing
it the right way, please.
All right, don't be playing, bro.
My bad.
Welcome to another episode of the Iconic Podcast, Not Your Enthusiast. I am your co-host, Polo the Don. To my far right, I have
Saran Pearson.
Say the whole name.
Say the whole name.
Yeah.
And to my left, I got my main man.
DJ C4, you know the vibes. You know the vibes. And today we have a special guest.
A real soulful brother.
You know, he does a lot in the city. If you see this face, you know who we talking about.
Right. Well, if you see the beard, you know who we talking about.
We don't have to go too deep into his bio, because that man's bio got a Wikipedia page worth of information.
yeah.
But to my left, introduce yourself, sir.
Brother Trav, the God brother.
The God, brother.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here.
What's going on with you, brother Trav? Man, appreciate you coming out on
Glad
this
to
Sunday.
finally have an opportunity to come out. You know, my Bears was on bye today, so
Yeah, we talked
got a
about
little
that. We talked about that last
we
week.
2-2. You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to y'all giving them some good mojo, because they needed it against the Cowboys.
yeah,
They
Against the
came to
Cowboys.
play.
Don't nobody need good mojo against the Cowboys.
Hey, the Cowboys did good today.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth, right?
They did good
Watch
today.
your mouth,
Hey.
right?
But they played the Jets.
Watch your mouth. See, I knew you was getting ready to say that. I knew you was getting ready to go
So,
there.
I mean,
I knew you was getting ready
hey,
to go
the
there.
Giants was looking good in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half. Let's stop talking about sports right now, okay?
we're the
let's get
sports bar.
Brother
All right,
Trav,
man.
all right? Well, you're supposed to be on my team real quick.
I'm on your team.
You supposed to be on my
Let's
team
go.
real
We all
quick.
on the same team.
But Brother Trav, man, good to have you. Your name rings a lot of bells. Your name rings too many bells. You are pretty much synonymous with Augusta. You know, you are a man of many hats, a man of many talents, a man of many faces.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, that's what getting old does for you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of grow moss over time. You know what I'm saying? So
Are you originally from Augusta?
I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia. Augusta's my home. I was born here, but my family moved to Atlanta when I was about 3 years old. And we didn't come back until I was middle school age. So,
That's a transition.
and within that Atlanta, you know, I'm 55 years old now. So I was born in 1970. So I was born into. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I've been around for a while.
Don't mind us. We just do that from time to time.
It's all right. I'm used to being a senior.
Yeah. But before we go too far with the conversation, Polo, what you smoking on today, man?
I am smoking on an Oliva V Series Milano. Out of the Oliva line. Box press at that.
Okay, I see.
Box press, yeah. So, Brother Trav, what are you smoking?
I think this might be my first time having this one. This was the Brick House.
The Maduro.
I like a good Maduro.
Yes.
A Maduro is probably my favorite smoke. When I reached in the cabinet, this one was so soft. It just feels so fresh. I was like, yeah, let me get
You know how to pick a good cigar.
that. Right. Because,
You
It matters.
You gotta have, that does matter. That does matter.
DJ C4, what you smoking?
I got me a Fat Bottom Betty.
Shout out to Drew State Line.
Jewish State. You know, we
All
rock
time.
with you now.
You know I'm a Jewish State whore.
Yeah.
I'm a Jewish
All
State
time favorite.
whore. And just like Brother Trav said, this one was so fresh. And
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
I'm smoking me a old Cohiba today.
Oh,
Red dot.
Cohiba.
Yeah, red. Red or red label.
You gotta go
Yeah.
keep up, boy.
Get my Wayne on.
You got a rich palate.
Yeah.
You got a rich palate.
This actually was half of one, so it was marked a little bit cheaper than the rest.
Oh, it's Mark a little cheaper.
Yeah, a little bit.
You still got a rich palate.
But yeah, man, I was in Atlanta during the time of the big boom where Mayor Andrew Young and all that happening,
okay.
and
Prominent
Atlanta
name.
kind of becoming into what it is now, you know. But also got to live through being a youth during what they call the Atlanta child murders and
I remember
that thing happening.
Oh,
you
Wayne
know,
Williams, yeah.
That's a hell of
moved to my
So
family
bad.
moved to Jonesboro, Georgia.
Okay.
And in you know, now Jonesboro is like predominantly black or Hispanic, but at that time we lived in a neighborhood in which we were one of the very few black families in that neighborhood, and so Tara,
Y'all started the gentrification of the black family in Jonesboro, kind of.
it's happened. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good look, though.
yeah, but let me tell you now, on the contrary. We had to deal with things because we had our home toilet papered, we had our home egged. I got to see the Ku Klux Klan in full garb in the middle of the daylight on Terra Boulevard.
that's
Me
crazy.
and my sister were very young, riding in the back seat of our parents' car and coming down Terra Boulevard toward the mall. All you could just see was a sea of white, and they were just out there in the middle of the road handing out pamphlets.
I was able
Peacefully.
to see some of the Ku Klux Klan marches here in Augusta, you know, when I was coming up. I grew up in Barton Village, and we actually was under curfew for a while because of the marches that they would have, the Klans would have, the Klan.
That's kind of amazing, you know. Within our lifespans, this
I
is
know,
this
right?
is
major
this is happening.
change.
Yeah,
This was-
this
yeah,
is
this was
taking
in, like,
place.
the early 80s. This was in like, I'm gonna say like early to mid 80s.
Right. So we in the South. But yeah, just to kind of like move forward, my family moved to back to Augusta. This is home. This is their home. So I moved back here. I went to Davidson Fine Arts. I've always been artistic. I've always been big on arts. I used to be a visual artist, do drawings and paintings and that kind of thing. And that's really what kind of got me going. As far as being an artist in Davidson Fine Arts, was being a visual artist. But you know, at Davidson, you get a chance to partake in different art forms of the artistry. So you know, I got to do some acting, got to do some dance, got to do all these different things. Me as a poet, I didn't start doing poetry until later in life. I was 26, 27 years old before I wrote my first piece.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Ain't never too late to start then, man. That's good.
Yeah.
What was your motivation behind it?
Okay, good question. Because there's a story behind it.
Okay.
And it's one of those stories where it lets people know that there's a silver lining in every gray cloud. And so my professional career in sales and management and retail ended me up from Augusta to Savannah, from Savannah to the Washington, D.C. area in the DMV. So I was there in the mid-'90s. I was in D.C. in 94, 95. I was in D.C. during the Million Man March.
Oh, yeah, you was there.
I was gonna say you was there during some prominent time.
Yeah, I was there when D.C. was the murder capital of the world. You know
remember
what I'm
that
saying?
too,
Yeah, so
The number's still up there, Trav.
right.
Still
Okay.
up
So
there.
yeah, I was there then in the city, and I was working for this business and a corporation. I'm not going to name them, even though I probably should.
You don't got a name drop. You don't got a name drop.
I'm not
No
gonna
name
name
drop.
drop.
We
I'm not
don't
gonna
want no
name drop.
problems.
I'm
You
not
don't want no
gonna-
smoke.
Yeah, we don't want no smoke.
We got money for lawyers,
exactly.
shit.
We don't want no smoke. But this particular career, like, I love working for this job.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not gonna say the name of the business, but at the business they have, they sold music CDs. They have audio, video, computers. I was a supervisor of the audio and the video department.
Oh, yeah.
And then also the car audio department.
Oh, yeah.
So this was my domain and my territory, and I loved it because it was just what I loved to do, and I was doing it for a living,
Yes.
and being pretty successful at it. And then all of a sudden, I got terminated from this job. No reason, no explanation, no warning.
That sounds like a
Just-
Georgia job. You know, Georgia at Will State.
I'm about to
Well-
say,
Like, you know
same
what?
thing.
We don't like what you want to work today. You fired.
Basically, I was in the state of Virginia, who is also at
Yeah,
Will
Will
State.
State.
Yeah.
And
the
they
Commonwealth,
never,
yeah.
even to this day, gave me an explanation why they let me go.
Yeah.
Really?
And they said, we don't have to give you an explanation
yeah,
because we are at Will State.
true.
And they chose not to give me an explanation.
You
Just
said
chose.
how long were you working?
I was with the company over 5 years. I was, like I said, I had moved 700 miles away with that job. And it just hit me out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And it was just very
shook up your world, basically.
shocking. Yeah.
That's that
Kinda-
one of those ton of brick kind of thing.
Yeah, but kind of one of those things that you kind of glad now looking back that it
Right.
happened, because now I know, corporate America, like they don't care about
They
you.
don't.
They don't
Everybody's
care.
expandable to
Yeah,
them.
they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? And that was an eye opener. I was in my 20s then, and anyway, out of frustration and everything, I got back on the train and the metro, and then just started like riding back and forth. And out of habit, I always like carried a backpack with notebooks and pencils and stuff like that, pens, and I didn't want to go home. It was still morning,
Right.
And so I just rode back and forth on one line from one end all the way to the next, all the way to the next. I was so angry and frustrated on the inside that I could have punched a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like I really felt like, ugh. But then I was afraid. I was all these feelings because now I got a $1,200 monthly rent.
Yeah, man.
You know what
Pay
I'm
for it.
saying?
You done
And-
signed that lease.
Yeah,
First come
signed
every
that
30
lease.
days.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And just not really knowing how I'm gonna make it. And so I pulled out my notebook and a pen, and then I just started writing, and everything that was inside, I just started putting on paper. And the hip hopper in me started rhyming lines together as I was writing, and
Gotta love that.
it ended up being my very first poem.
Oh, that's what's up.
Do you remember it?
You
I
remember?
don't remember it, but I do remember the
name of it?
name of it, and I remember the topic of it, because I was able to still kind of draw a positive from the situation.
Okay.
And the name of the poem was called King of the Hill. And I was talking about owning my own business and not being the
that
slave
in
to
the
the
words.
First
corporate
step.
America and things like that.
And you was writing it down. So not only did you verbalize it, to put that energy in the universe, you actually wrote it down too.
Mm-hmm.
And it manifested itself.
It manifested itself.
First step to Brother Trav that we know today.
Yeah.
Man.
Who knew?
Losing your job is being a blessing.
The universe.
Apparently, the Most High knew because I didn't. I never knew I was going to be a poet, or I never knew I was going to be on anybody's stage or anything like that.
Your fear turned into one of your biggest strengths.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, even and I'm talking not the fear of being a poet, but the fear of
What am I going to do now?
What am I going to do now?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after you got fired, terminated for no reason. It's like you said, you know, that $1,200 a month, it's coming every 30 days.
Right.
Like,
Whether you got a job or
what am I
not.
gonna do? Yeah.
So
What
with
am I gonna do now?
with that being said, I eventually, you know, I moved back to Georgia and everything,
Sometimes
and
you gotta, reset.
yeah, reset. But you know, now I got this new endeavor. You know, now I got a new family.
Okay.
You know, my oldest son was born in '97 and everything, and now I'm a father and. Still got my professional career in sales and everything, but now I got this new gift that I've been, you know,
You kind of been
blessed with.
You've been hiding it from yourself for a long time.
Apparently, because I knew I was an artist, but I was always drawing. But now I was like, you know, I could express so much more with words, and that's how it came about, you know. So then I just started writing and recording, and I joined this group of artists that were meeting downtown at this place called Studio Art Grow. I always like to shout out my mama Franklin. The Franklins, it's a husband and wife, and they're heavy in the church now, but they had an art studio called Studio Art Grow. And we joined a few of us writers together. We called ourselves the Writers Block.
Okay.
The
I was back in
Writers
the day though.
Block,
Y'all were trailblazing when you think about it.
we were really trailblazing because, you know, this is like, you talking like pre-internet social
before
media
anybody
and
was doing
everything.
that,
And some of y'all might know Rebel Lion Den
Oh yeah.
on
Man,
Broad Street.
I frequent his store. all the
Yeah,
time.
Brother Shama.
Yeah, man. He got some good stuff in there.
So
I like to go down there and get my teas and stuff
incense
like that.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
The herbal teas is my favorite.
So Shama, he started working at Ambassa Gift Shop. Some people, if you've been around Augusta long enough, you know Sister Sayla and Brother Ali. Would, so he started working for them, but then he got his own shop called Rebel Lion Den, which is still there now. And so Shama and I have known each other since high school, and you know, just sitting in this studio having a building session one day, and he said, you know, maybe you should try to do an open mic show. I said, where I'm gonna do that? He said, you could do it right here. And you know, Shama's place, you've been in there, right? It's like real narrow, you know what I'm saying?
Like most spots down
Right,
there.
yeah.
Narrow, but it's deep.
It's deep, it's deep, yeah. And he said, so we could just move the racks to the side and everything, and just, you know, maybe you could bring in some folding chairs and stuff like that. And so I went down to the church. I got 25 folding chairs and brought them in. Like I said, this is like pre-internet for promotions and everything. So this was like
Word of mouth, ideas,
this was like pre club flyer. It's all neat and colorful.
It was real word of
Yeah,
mouth.
this
black
is
and
like
white flyer.
8.5 by 11 notebook paper. You know what I'm saying? Just running out on copy
to the
paper.
pole.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so walk around town, but it caused you to have to like talk to
You
people.
gotta talk, yeah. You gotta
Yeah, you
engage.
had to like walk
You gotta
around
engage.
town and
I
say,
think
hey,
that's what- I
you
think
know.
that's kind of missing in this generation and stuff. But back to you, what you were saying.
True
But you
indeed.
know, that's the
though.
fastest way
True
to-
indeed. You know what I'm saying? So like, I actually had to walk around and talk to people. Hey, you like poetry? You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, we're gonna have an open mic. You know, so we're walking around and handing these things out and just going to clubs, bars, anywhere else where people would be and just hand out these paper flyers and stuff like that. And on the very first open mic show, I called it the fifth chakra.
Yeah.
So to kind of let you know where I was at the time.
Yeah.
Seeing the brother Trav with locks and everything at that time.
You were spiritual.
Yeah, it was spiritual. So I was already into the chakras and all that. And so the fifth chakra is the throat chakra, which is responsible for speech and also ties into listening. So that was the name of my very first show. It was called The Fifth Chakra.
Fifth Chakra.
But we opened the doors, man, and it was like standing room only.
Yeah.
Every chair was taken. People were standing around the walls. He had to prop the door open with a brick, and people was all out on Broad Street on the sidewalk. We brought a speaker
I
out.
was just gonna say,
Yeah, we brought a speaker outside. I had so many people sign up for this open mic to where
everybody want to be heard.
everybody wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
And that was like, to my knowledge, the first spoken word show in Augusta, Georgia.
Probably, yeah.
Shout out, boy.
Yeah.
Shout out Augusta.
This was
Shout out to Augusta. for real.
1999.
The god brother of spoken word.
say
We got the
that.
Godfather
Absolutely.
soul from Augusta. Now we got the
The
God brother of
And there's a story
spoken
behind
word.
the name too. Like I didn't get the God brother name until much later, as I've been like in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
And Nora Gordon, who is Flash Gordon's son from
All right.
daughter
I
from
remember
Pyramid.
Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Pyramid
Yep.
music and more.
Right. And so Nora was like running the spot, and so I still used to always hang down there and everything, and
Gotcha,
talking to
gotcha.
Nora, and she was like, Trav, you like the Godfather around here when it comes to poetry. I said, yeah, but there's only like
One God.
room enough for
Yeah.
one
Godfather.
Godfather in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Can't step on them
I
toes.
can't even accept that title.
Right,
And then
right.
then she says, well, what about the God brother?
Hey, that works.
I said, you
Okay.
know what?
They got a ring to
And
it.
it's stuck.
That guy is Brother Trav, the God brother. I said, can I have that? She was like, go ahead and run
Yeah.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
Go
So,
ahead and run.
yeah, she was like,
Let's
I
go
ain't
get
gonna
the
use
LLC
it.
paperwork,
Yeah,
trademark,
exactly.
registration,
Like, you know,
It's cleared.
Yeah.
and so from then on, that became a moniker and everything. So it's just always been a ride, man. And so from then, I've had the privilege of being called upon to open a lot of spoken word shows in different venues across Augusta.
I've heard.
From Sultry Sounds, which before it was Sultry Sounds, it was called the Orange Moon Cafe.
I remember the Orange Moon Cafe.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Well, remember the Orange Moon became Sultry Sounds.
Okay.
Same location and
Yeah.
everything, but we had a nice run there. But I grand opened both of those venues. Cafe 209.
209,
They used to be on the river. They used to be down on the riverfront, and they were called 209 on the river at that
209
time.
on the river.
So I grand opened that establishment and everything like that. So
That's why I said your name is synonymous with,
Yeah.
with Augusta, man. Like
Yeah,
you
just
are,
been
ties.
around.
you have opened doors for
Yeah.
not just yourself, but for many people.
Yes.
And you know, people come back and just thank you for who you are to them or who you are to the city in itself.
I get it. I get it. You know, for those that are thankful, they let me know they're grateful.
Right.
And that's really all that matters.
Matter of fact, you just got an award from the city at the white party too.
Yeah, that was a huge surprise.
Oh, yeah.
I've received a lot of commendations and things like that over
Right,
the years.
yeah.
But that was huge because I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know, we do this
was able to-
annual.
luckily, we was able to be a part of
Yeah,
it.
we do this annual white party. You know, we call Bring On Spring. This year will be our third, fourth.
I think it's the fourth.
I thought it was I think the last one was third. So this gotta be
Yeah,
fourth.
this will
think
be probably the fourth coming
I
up
think it
here.
is the fourth.
And one of the things that we do at the white party is we make sure that we honor well-deserving people in our city for things that they have done. And so now we already, nice trophies and everything that we handed out to very prominent people. I mean, I'm talking about we've honored the Kelly Kenner McIntyre, Judge Kelly Kenner McIntyre, Senator Harold Jones, just very prominent people. Even people who are prominent in the artistic community and everything like that.
You are prominent in the artistic community.
But it's not about me. Like it's never about me,
thing
right?
Is, my thing is this on our show we appreciate who people are, and it's okay to give you your flowers because you deserve them, and you are a prominent person in the arts in Augusta.
I've had to learn to accept it.
But
I've had to learn to accept it. So at the white event, so like I said, we gave away all the
Right.
commendations to everyone, and
I'm
then
like, wait, Trav, don't you go nowhere.
right. So now I'm like, I'm large and in charge. I got a microphone or whatever. My wife was like, she kind of grabbed the mic and she's like, okay, we got one more award, and I'm like. I'm sitting here like,
No, we don't. Yes, we do.
We got no more trophies.
I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah, we got no more trophies. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean we got one more award? So she was like, okay, I need everybody to come forward.
Yeah.
All my fellow Spartans was there, and classmates, and
Alumni,
commissioners, and all this stuff was here. And I still never like put anything together. I'm still clueless, like, and so then, Commissioner Francine comes up and she's pulls out this great plaque. That's a commendation from the city of Augusta, honoring me for everything that I've done over all the years. So that right there really like knocked me.
Put the icing on the cake.
We do it one more time.
We gotta get
it. Clap it up for that man.
Yeah. I never look for pats on the back. You know what I'm saying? And never really
very humble.
That's why I've always done like open mic shows, because it's never really about me. It's always about who's the next great. Who's the next great? Who can I push
Somebody had to
up?
lay the pathway for somebody to be the next up and coming.
You can't get the name like the God Brother. God Brother.
Without doing some type of work.
Without doing some type of work. Yeah, definitely doing some type of work.
Some work in, yeah.
And you definitely put work in. I've been here 9 years, and your name has, before I even met you, your name was in the room. You weren't there, but your name was in the room. And I'm like, who is this man?
Everybody just keep talking about him.
Why keep calling his pimp's name out and the pimp ain't in the room?
Your
God,
reputation
brother.
definitely preceded you.
Yeah, man. So I just been around for a while. I just say I've been around for a while and doing what I love to do, which is one of the things now I recognize that I'm a pretty good poet. But with that being said, I think I'm an even better host.
Okay.
I think I'm an even better host.
Okay.
So that's kind of like my groove.
Do you think you shine more as a host, or are you able to be more of yourself when you're hosting as opposed to doing your own poetry?
Yeah, and if I could do both at the same time, it kind of. I have over the years. I've always one of the things I've always done over the years hosting my spoken word shows is I usually go first.
Right.
So like let me set the tone and I go first. But I just feel like hosting, even with the Hidden Gems social session, I just feel comfortable.
At 1515 North Lake Road.
Yeah, 1515 North Lake Road.
Augusta, Georgia. Every second
Tuesday for the past 3-4 years now.
Yeah, and
right here.
You brought a lot of people through here. You've given us a lot of notoriety through the city with prominent people. You bring a lot of great topics when you come. I was here for the last topic about our youth.
The culture,
yeah. Those type of conversations are always very good, especially the social sessions.
And when you get a lot of like-minded people in the room,
because that's a big problem that's in our culture that needs to be rooted out and handled.
It's definitely one of those things that you bring people to a room, and you get a lot of good ideas laid out. And my thing is, how did you come up with the social session?
Okay, good question. So I had a radio show.
You did?
Well, an internet radio show called Brother Trav Presents Hidden Gems.
Gotcha.
And we recorded at Round Here Radio, Bottom Line Studios.
My man Swag.
Swag.
Shout out Swag.
Shout out to Swag. Shout out to
Shout out
Swag.
Swag.
And Spielberg down there.
Okay.
Right. And we had a show that ran, a weekly radio show that was on Sundays that ran for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. Every week.
Weekly, yeah.
Yeah, from Sundays from 2 to 4, and it was called Brother Trav Presents Hidden Gems. It was me and my wife. Wife was the co-host and everything, and we would just play. It was called Hidden Gems because we would like to play eclectic music.
Right.
You know, really like indie artists and on purpose, not the stuff that you would hear when you turn on the radio, broadcast radio.
Right.
On purpose. So we all genres from international music to house music to piano and all these different kind of genres of music we would play within this 2-hour set. And so we had a portion of the show that we would call our topic of the week. And so it would just be a topic that we would come up with and discuss on air. And then we would go live and then get feedback from people and kind of, you know, have call-ins and all these things. And we noticed like people like that segment, the topic of the week. Like they would tune in to the show just to participate in the topic of the week. And so eventually, you know, we're doing a radio show. I think me and my wife, we kind of just got a little burnt out on it. Just because it was
5 years for every
week.
every week on a Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4. It's kind of like,
That's
do this again?
That's a commitment.
we gotta go, baby. You gotta go. Yeah, we gotta. Do we gotta do? Yeah, we gotta go, baby. Come on.
Because
come on.
your listeners were there.
And we
People
were
wanted.
and Swag, he's very good about like keeping up with metrics and things like this. And so he would let us know. He was like, man, yesterday y'all had 100,000 listeners across the world from 2 to 4. Our thing spiked up like this on y'all hour or whatever, and people were tuned in. But for me, it was just kind of different because I come from doing live shows.
Yeah.
Right.
And it could be 100,000 people on, but it's only me, Swag, and my wife in the studio at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really feeling the energy. I'm not seeing them. I'm only knowing because of the metrics at the end of the week that we had so many listeners. But I just like to kind of like touch people, you know.
Hey, it's Megan Trainor. TouchTunes has the music you want to hear. Use the
What the scrap?
TouchTunes
Get the
app
scrap,
and
man.
play
Shoot
my
that bitch.
music right from your
We getting
seat.
tired of this shit.
You can also play directly on the jukebox. TouchTunes. Play your heart out.
Well, good
I
time.
guess I'll let y'all have mine.
Hold that thought.
Good, I could light up a
We
bit.
gotta turn that off.
Is that from the jukebox?
That's from Touchstone.
Touch them. And it just started.
And I
doing
don't
that
think I
about-
ever heard that.
But it just started doing that about a couple months ago.
Okay, I'm saying how many times I've been here, I ain't heard that. That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah, it'll do it. But most of the time, it'd be like turned down.
I told you we was gonna get some information out of you.
Oh yeah,
I told you.
It's, you know, it's
I told you that.
it's my story.
You say you tell your story, but your story gonna be heard differently each time.
Yeah, because it's a different listening
Different
audience
listeners,
every
different
time.
audience, and the questions are different.
All right, when we start back up, we're gonna go
Pick
in
up
on
where we
what
left
we
off.
smoking,
Okay,
and then we'll pick up with where we left off.
I'm following y'all.
No, we
But
following you.
But it's actually the same. I got to finish this because you asked me how did it start.
Yeah, no,
right,
definitely.
Yeah.
We need to know. I want to know.
Yeah,
But
how
see,
did,
what we're gonna do is clip this part of what we're smoking. We're gonna clip that, put it in the beginning, and
that's how
then
I'm following y'all.
everything above.
Excuse me.
I want to know because, like I said, your name was in rooms when I got in certain rooms.
I know who you've been
I brought-
affiliated with.
I just
So
gave
for
you
me,
two.
like I know who you've been
30
affiliated
minutes
with.
took out one
Like-
room and the other one just popped up full.
Like
Being around.
Yeah, so
Dorian
you
has been right on my
y'all gotta
heels
get like
the whole
256.
the whole time. Like it's
Don't
been
get no more
amazing.
don't get
Like
no more 32.
because he's young. Dorian's 10, 12 years younger than I am. You know what I'm saying? But he came right in and
He made a staple for himself.
Yeah.
He definitely made a staple for himself.
yeah.
Even
We gotta get him on too.
I started hearing your name more so during Dope Spit. I heard your name a lot. even when you weren't in the room, like Sai would shout you out, and then I saw you do poetry, and I was like, this is why. This is why this man's name is in rooms that that I want to. I'm in these rooms because I love arts. Like I genuinely just love the arts. But we gotta hit the what you smoking.
All right.
Yeah, but before we go too far with the conversation, Polo, what you smoking on today, man?
I am smoking on an Oliva V Series Milano. Out of the Oliva line. Box press at that.
Okay, I see.
Box press, yeah. So, Brother Trav, what are you smoking?
I think this might be my first time having this one. This was the Brick House. I like a good Maduro.
Yeah.
I like a Maduro is probably my favorite smoke. When I reached it in the cabinet, this one was so soft. It just feels so fresh. I was like, yeah, let me get
You know how to pick a good cigar.
right. Because, it matters.
That does matter. That does matter.
DJ C4, what you smoking?
I got me a Fat Bottom Betty.
Shout out to Drew Estate line.
Drew Estate. You know we
All
rock
time.
with you now.
You know I'm a Drew Estate whore.
Yeah.
I'm a Drew
All
Estate
time
whore. And just like Brother Trav said, this one was so fresh.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
I'm smoking me a old Cohiba today.
Oh,
Red dot.
Cohiba.
Yeah, red. Red label. Yeah. Get my Wayne on.
You got a rich palate.
This actually was half of one, so it was marked a little bit cheaper than the rest.
Oh, it was marked a little cheaper?
Yeah, a little bit.
You still got a rich palate.
To kind of continue with the story again with the radio show, and we always did this topic of the week. So eventually we dialed back from doing the radio show, but still, I'm always kind of like thirsty for what's next.
Right.
Like what's next. And, these are my people. Y'all here at Icons, y'all my
15,
folks,
15
you know
North
what I'm
Lane
saying? Like, my
the
family,
Georgia.
my extended family.
We appreciate you. We feel the same exact way.
And I love you guys, and I think maybe Dwayne probably was the initiator who planted the seed. Who was
Shout out Dwayne Pearson.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Say the whole name.
Say the whole name.
Dwayne Pearson puts everything together. He
Right.
puts all the right pieces together. Even if he don't know, he putting the right pieces together.
he planted a seed. He was like, y'all could just come in here, choose a random night that we not really already doing something, and just come in here, bring some people in or whatever, because we want to play music. Like me and my wife, that's one of the things that brought us together.
Right.
Was music, and so that's a staple in our relationship, in our marriage is music, and so but we want to introduce people to what it is that we're listening to.
Right.
And so we had the opportunity to come in and host a show here. So we call it the Hidden Gems Social Session. So just like bring people together and just play music. And just play music.
Had a conversation.
And really that's what we were doing before we even brought in. So you know what? Like we did on the radio, we did a topic of the week. Let's do a topic of the month.
Right.
Here, and then hand the mic around and let everybody chime in and stuff like that. And that's kind of how it went. Just really kind of.
It was just an authentic moment.
Yeah, just
genuine. It was.
We would go on social media and say, hey, what y'all think we should talk about this month? Or just what we notice is trending.
Right.
And one of my favorite, like we can get into like real heavy topics that deal with the community and the kids and the educational system and things like that. I always appreciate that. But one of my favorite like topics that always sticks with me is we did a topic on Kendrick Lamar versus Drake.
Ooh,
But you a hip hop
man.
That was right up your alley.
That was right up my alley. Yeah.
Oh, that was before Not Like Us?
Nah, that was during the whole
Yeah, it
battle.
was during the whole. It was the topic. It was undeniably the topic of the month.
It was definitely during the Not Like Us moments.
Yeah, it was undeniably the topic of the month, so I couldn't ignore it.
Right.
And there was some.
Y'all did the everybody was sitting outside.
Yeah, people were sitting outside,
sitting
inside.
outside,
We
outside.
had a lot of people that came in
yeah.
for that. Some younger people came in that wanted to take part in that conversation and everything. So I really appreciated that topic. Drake versus Kendrick Lamar.
It's definitely space to be argued because as far as music and hit making, I mean Drake got that, but as far as like hip hop, real rappers, Kendrick take the cake, bro.
Yeah, it was very interesting. It was an interesting topic, and as a host,
especially old Kendrick,
as a host, I kind of learned to remain neutral a little
to.
bit
Yeah,
during the discussion. So I'm not really picking sides.
So who won the battle?
I mean, you know,
the guy in the Super Bowl.
Hindsight is 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn, I gotta.
yeah, who did the last Super Bowl?
Okay,
Hey.
all right.
You know what
Who's
I'm
never
saying?
done a Super Bowl?
Right. So, I mean, Kendrick is just. I admire Kendrick Lamar because he's one of those artists that's like I am. You know, I always like to mention, I always call his name out. One of my most influential hip hop artists is KRSone.
Yes.
I know you was gonna say
You
that.
probably
Yeah.
could see it and hear
The
it.
bridge is over. The bridge is over. You look like
South Bronx, South Bronx.
what? He's
And,
influenced a lot.
Yeah, I've seen KRS-One probably 3 or 4 times now live, but haven't really got the chance. Even though like he tagged one of my shirts and everything, I haven't got a chance to like sit down with him.
Yeah.
And that's what I really want to do.
That would be
I'm
one of your
like-
bucket list things.
You see me putting it in the air right now, right?
Put it
You
out
see-
there.
Like
Yeah.
one of my all-time
Putting it in the air, right?
favorite.
Yeah.
You know, like
Man,
you
it
know how
benefits
everybody
that.
got like a top 5, top 10. KRS-One has always been
He's such
number one for me.
such a lyricist, but not only is he such a lyricist, but he coined the term edutainment, which is a combination of the word education and entertainment. And so with my business uprise events and entertainment, with me as a poet, that's my mission. Every time I put ink to paper is to they gonna be entertained, but they gonna learn something.
Take something away from that time that you don't
Gonna get
spend
this
with.
work.
You gonna get this work. Even if you ain't learned, even if you even if you didn't learn something new, you're gonna walk away going,
Yeah.
something to think about.
But that right there in itself can be the spark that ignites the next brilliant mind.
And so that's Kendrick.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's Kendrick. It's like it's refreshing to me because it lets me know that hip hop can still be used to inspire.
Right.
And not be used as a tool for what they say the criminal mind is now.
But you know they say the tongue is the mightiest sword. It can make or break you.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Because you can use your words for negative, you can use your words for positive. But once you put it in the universe,
Can't take
it's
it back.
there.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't take
it's
it
there,
back.
yeah.
Especially with the
It's
internet
just-
now.
especially within there.
I feel like if you have a platform like you guys, this is a platform, right? I feel like if God blesses you with a platform, then you have to be responsible with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you have to be like it's up to us to be responsible with it because you can a hot mic is a hot mic.
Wherever you are.
A hot mic can count a whole lot of people.
Mic. Yeah, exactly. And so it can go one way or the other.
Yeah, it could.
But I think, for us, because there's still like conversations that are needed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I just try to use my artistry and my platforms for that.
When's the last time you performed, like on stage? And
Without
now,
hosting
now
as an
not
actual performer.
now, not long ago, Celis does this thing over at Fresh Take, Fresh
You were there on a
Market.
Sunday.
What do they call
Fresh
it?
take.
Fresh take,
Okay.
fresh take.
You were there on a Sunday.
Yeah,
I
and so
remember he had one of those.
so we did a pop up. Right now, I'm kind of like I'm an advocate for house music in Augusta, Georgia. So we got any house music heads in Augusta, Georgia. Follow us at Augusta Metro House Music Heads on Facebook. That group is growing. So I did like a house music meets poetry.
That's dope. That's dope.
Give that name one more time.
Augusta Metro House Music Heads.
Metro House.
Yeah, we started that organically, and now we probably going on about 500 members on that page.
Okay.
I feel like everything you do is just genuinely organic. Like it's,
And that's
that's
what we try to do. Like,
man. Listen,
I don't like to ride the wave. I like to create it.
Yeah, you create the way.
there it is.
I don't like to.
Brother,
Talk about the God brother.
I don't like to ride the wave.
Trailblazer.
I like to create the wave. I like to create
you
the
do,
wave.
you do a lot within the city. You also a part of Band of Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, talk about that. Talk about how you got started with that and the different things you guys are a part of.
Yeah. So, Band of Brothers. So, this is always a very interesting story because we didn't start out as the Band of Brothers or it morphed into the Band of Brothers, but really what it was a group of guys who wanted to like get together solely for the purpose of pushing Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Juneteenth holiday.
One of my classmates is shout out Quentin Sowell. He's a part of Band of Brothers. He was actually one of the
Founding members.
founding members of
Right.
Band of Brothers.
And so and that's what it became was like people tapping each other on the shoulders on social media saying, hey,
Right.
we getting together and I think you might be interested in this. And I had already like done a couple of different Juneteenth events and stuff at Humana Treehouse
Right.
along with Brother B and stuff like that. And so I'm glad somebody touched me on the shoulder, Big T. He's like, hey, Trav, he brought me into the group box. So it was like an inbox, a group box thing in Messenger.
Gotcha.
And so we really came together for the sole purpose of putting together a Juneteenth festival. And that's this year coming up will be our 10th.
10th, yeah.
Dope.
Last year was pretty
and
big
it
too,
actually
though.
became a holiday.
Right.
Yeah, and this is
Even for the
before.
city,
This is
even
before.
for the city of
This is
Augusta,
before the city was a
it's a
part of it.
paid
This is before
holiday
it was
for all
a federal
city workers.
holiday. Yeah. So this was just something like we wanted to do is like make people understand what Juneteenth is and what it's all about and everything like that. And so it just kind of so happened that after we did Juneteenth, it was like, okay, so we together, we guys in the community with
What's next?
influence or whatever.
What else
you
can we
know,
do?
we just gonna wait to the next 365th day and do this again next year. Or we gonna kind of like do something. So we formed a group. We called it we band together, and we called it the Band of Brothers Augusta, and we eventually got our nonprofit 501c3 and. Now we go out into the community. We realize that we're all like having something valuable to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
So we're mentors in the community. We do feed the homeless initiatives. Like we don't even like to call it homeless, but we like to call it feed the less fortunate. Because we understand that when we do these events, maybe everybody coming there to get a meal is not necessarily homeless.
But
Somebody
it
might
could
be
be
They might
less
just
fortunate.
genuinely need that help.
Need that help. Yeah.
Right. We go into the Ronald McDonald House on a regular basis. The Ronald McDonald House,
You know, town?
yeah, down by the hospital.
Give that address for us, Trav.
And
If you know it, give that address for the Ronald McDonald House. You know it off
I don't know it off the top of my head,
Well,
but
y'all can definitely Google it.
or you can like put it on the bottom of the screen here.
Yeah, we'll.
Right there with your hand at. We'll get it.
Right
We'll
here.
get it in there.
Right here. But the Ronald McDonald House, which I never really I heard of the Ronald McDonald House, but I never really exactly knew what they do.
Yeah.
So the Ronald McDonald House is always going to be close to the Children's Hospital in whatever city.
It's actually
And the
1442 Harper Street in Augusta.
And it's kind of hidden. You could drive around and
And not even know it's there.
Right by it, huh?
yeah, even the GPS is going to make you go in circles. You know what I'm saying? But the Ronald McDonald House is what they do is they have housing for families that come to the Children's Hospital.
Right.
Nice.
So if you're from one of these surrounding cities or towns and your child is in the hospital, the Children's Hospital, and their parents come down and they brothers and sisters and everything like this, and the Ronald McDonald House really like puts them up and provides meals for them and everything like that during their stay.
That's dope.
And what we're able to do is go in there and cook a meal for them. You know, all the brothers in there, we go in there, they have a nice kitchen, and they take donations, so it's always very well stocked and everything. But we come in there and we put together a nice meal, and we prepare the meal, and we leave it out for, you know, the parents and the family members to be able to enjoy.
That's what's up.
And this is something you can sign up for. If you look up Ronald McDonald House, you can actually designate a date within the calendar to go in and do the same.
You know what they should do? With the school should have have the kids go in and actually participate in something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, giving back to their own communities, not just their community, but you know, helping people within the community. They don't understand that exists. Because I didn't even know it existed.
Right.
You saying that right now, that's something that this community down here needs, and that's something that the kids need to see.
Right.
You know,
That's a good look for all those men to be serving the community in that manner too. So especially, you know, us black men, we got good role models out here, man. You gotta always look at the stuff you see on TV. NBA Youngboy, for example, that ain't always the way. There's plenty of other people out here doing positive things.
And young people do need to see that. And it's how they say it hits different.
Yeah.
Like it hits different when you get to come face to face with people who are at their lowest.
Oh yeah, because you know what? Someone once said, you know, like you said, the less fortunate. We are all like on the brink of being on the other side of that coin. You know what I mean?
We are 2 paychecks away.
two.
We are 2
No matter
paychecks
who you
away.
are, yeah.
I don't know about
Who you are.
but I know me and
Yeah.
how I live like check to check almost. You know what I'm saying? And both me and my wife have, I would say, pretty good jobs. But if we miss 2 of them paychecks
telling you,
back to
man.
back,
Boy,
that's gonna be real.
boy,
That
listen.
recovery hit different.
Hey, speaking to the fact that you're so deep in the community and you see what's going on like now with our youth, and we've definitely had that conversation at one of the hidden gym social sessions.
Yeah.
But how are your feelings, you know, based upon that, like seeing how torn our youth is right now?
It hits me here every time.
How do you feel about the state of the culture?
Same question, same question, because we
Just
still
formulated a little
we're
different.
talking about the youth, and I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really it hits me here every time I see these headlines and stuff like that, because it's just more apparent that our youth are lost.
And they're getting younger and younger. We're losing them at a younger and
age,
younger
man.
stage.
Yeah. And what I see is I don't feel hopeful. I don't
It's
feel
hard to feel hopeful. It's hard to.
and I don't feel hopeful because of what people are kind of insinuating as a solution. You see what I'm saying? Because
Incarceration or
more
Well,
ramping
that
up
prison
law
pipe-
and
that
ramping up
school to
law
prison
enforcement.
pipeline is that's a real thing.
It's training.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like ramping up law enforcement. You know, you see these things pop up and people like, Gino, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate Gino and everything he's doing, but you know, it's almost like we're suggesting, a retroactive approach
Right.
to, okay, now this has happened. What do we do about it?
Right.
But we got to get down to the root of the issues.
we
Like,
just
what's
scratching the surface
really,
like that.
you know, I'm one of these kind of thinkers.
What do you feel we missing? What do you feel missing?
Oh man, it goes so
Oh,
deep.
that's a rabbit hole. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes so deep, and we're responsible. We are.
Because
We are
everything
responsible.
starts, even though everything starts at home, it still takes a village, and we don't have villages like we used to anymore. We have huddlers. We have a few guys that'll get together, just like the Band of Brothers, a few guys that'll get together and do something positive. But if we had more brothers that would get together, and it don't have to be your child, it don't have to be your niece, your nephew, but just positive brothers getting together saying, listen, you don't have to do this way. There's a better way. If
But
they
how-
learn
How willing are you?
that's the thing.
How willing are you?
That's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
thing.
Like we can say that amongst each other, but when I leave here and I drive home and I see a kid aimlessly walking down the street here with a hoodie on in August, you know what I'm saying? How willing am I to really like just pull over, stop, and have a few words with this young man? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That might have been all he needed to hear that day to stop him from going
to
to do
know
something.
somebody cares.
Right.
To know that someone cares.
My thing is, how do we get the spaces? We need the spaces to be able to put these young men and young women in that aren't just schools, that are learning areas.
They need to
I'm
be
not-
inspired.
And I'm not saying that they need to learn like educational wise, but they need to see positive role models.
Yeah, inspiration.
You know,
they need inspiration, bro.
because
Like, go ahead.
We have a lot of people doing big things in the city. A lot of people, women, men, that are doing exceptional things in the city. That they are positive in their own personal communities. That we need these people to be in schools. We need them to be. We need more after school areas. We need more places where the kids can go and see those types of people. Where, what happened to career days? What happened to?
Yeah.
What happened to, hey, we just gonna have a block party, but we gonna bring so and so, this person who's an inspirational person in the influential in the community, somebody that can not only be positive for the adults, but
For
can
the kids.
connect to the kids.
You gotta bridge that gap.
Like you with your art, there's so many kids that are talented, writing, drawing, and they have no outlet. Like they don't have easels, they don't have paper, they don't have pencils, they don't have books. Like they don't have the necessary things to be
that they need, yeah.
great.
And then going back to your story, like, okay, when you said your first poem, it came from a place of pain, like
Hardship.
but it came from hardship. Okay, now basically what I'm getting from what C4 is saying is, why did that inspiration have to be from a hardship? Why can't we have something where it's positive energy already out there, and that be the inspiration? Like, you know what? It don't have to come from a necessarily a struggle. You know what I'm saying?
But
Let
even
come
if
from
it
something.
does,
Even if
how
it
can
does,
you
not negating that. Even if
how
it does.
can you constructively use that energy? You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we have to use the energy in a constructive form instead of destructive.
Right.
You know, I'm come from a place when we did, you know, our hip hoppers gang put together and like we headed for self-destruction.
Yeah, all in the same
you know,
game.
like,
Yeah,
all
both
in
of
the
those.
same
Both
game.
of those
Yeah,
were
exactly. Like
powerful movements.
but we had
Yeah.
these examples.
Yes.
We had those examples, but they don't have these
they
examples.
don't. They don't.
They're I'm talking about the most prominent artists of that era. We're in the same gang and the self-destruction movement, and even when you look at it like say R&B and pop music, they did, We Are the World and everything like that. Yeah, Michael Jackson and like the biggest artists came together for these positive movements, and you don't see that.
You definitely
Our
don't.
kids don't know that. They don't even know.
They probably never will. They probably never will.
And you know why? And you know why? And this is a shame because they might belong to opposing record labels and things like this. Political stuff don't allow them to be able to come together and record and things like
Not
this.
the way that they're artistically, not the way they really would.
Positivity
Bring the
is
best out
not
of it.
profitable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the hype.
It's not.
That's the hype.
It's just like
It's
marketing.
not.
That's the hype.
Positivity is not marketed the way negativity is.
It's not marketed,
Whatever
but is
reason.
it marketable?
It's marketable.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely marketable. Look, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Look at the artists that you were just speaking about, and shout out to Tone Loc, because Tone Loc was in both of those. He didn't have a verse on Self Destruction, but he had a verse in all of We All in the Same Gang. But he was actually in both of those, and I think he's the only artist that was in both of those, the East Coast and the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. I know for sure he was in both of them. But the profitability, you got to look at who's follow the money. If you follow the money, you'll see the destruction and how it's formulated.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Follow the dollar.
Yeah.
Follow the dollar. And what you spoke on a little earlier, brother, about the school to prison pipeline.
Absolutely.
It's real.
Yes.
It's real. It's a real thing. So once we had the privatized prisons, so now
And look who's funding the privatized prisons.
That's cheap labor for them. Unfortunately,
yeah, it's just
that's the way they look at it anyway.
It's a shame. It's a shame, but to get back to the youth, because that's is really what we need to talk about.
Right.
But they need to be included in the conversations. You see what I'm saying? They
like
need
you said, they need to be heard.
They need to be included in the conversations. One thing I can say, and you guys are younger than I am, but I remember when I was young, and I've been thinking about this a lot. And you're probably the baby of the group, right?
Yes, I am. 90s
Okay.
baby.
How, on your average day, what percentage of your day was spent doing things that you didn't want to do?
Ooh, things that I didn't want to do.
Like when I'm young, or
Yeah, when you was youth, when you were growing up, like what percentage of your day was spent doing?
just school.
80.
Just school.
I would say, for me, I would say 90% of my day
I
was
know
doing
at
stuff
least 80%.
that I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
80%
Like,
for me,
and that's.
yeah.
But nowadays, the average parent, they don't want to make their kids do something that the kid doesn't want to do.
Right.
Because
that
they feel
soft
like, oh
parenting
no,
is-
yeah, it's like
yeah.
soft parenting. Like them not, oh no, Billy ain't gonna want to do that. Well, I'm Billy. It don't
Yeah,
really
Billy don't
matter
have-
what Billy
Billy
want to do.
gotta
You know
do
what I'm saying? Yeah. It don't matter what Billy
I've
want to
heard
do.
that. I've heard that in schools where the teachers are like, "Oh, so and so don't. He's not into doing that." What you mean? He's
Yeah.
not
What you
into
mean he
doing
ain't
that?
into doing that?
Wait, you gave him an option?
Right.
And that's my thing.
No.
Like these kids have
There's
too
no
many
options here.
They have too many options
Too many.
that aren't positive options. Like they,
Yeah, it's the options. There
like-
you go. Like a lot of stuff there was no option.
Yeah.
You see
Take
what
it or
I'm
leave
saying?
it.
We damn
yeah,
sure did.
like
I'm talking about even as far down as to what was cooked for dinner.
What?
That was the
You
starter right
didn't
there.
wanna- if you don't eat what I cook,
you hungry?
You gonna sit
on
there.
your own. Yeah,
You
like,
gonna sit
yeah,
there.
You going to bed hungry.
or you gonna sit there.
Yeah.
You might shuffle them peas around on that plate as many.
Oh yeah, whatever's on your
You
plate.
can't
Whatever's
send no
on your
you can't
plate.
send no kids to bed hungry. Yes, you can.
Well,
Yes, you can.
He got food right there.
I didn't send him
There's
to,
food
yeah,
right
I
there.
didn't send him to
send
bed hungry.
There was food right there.
He
You
chose
No,
not
I
to
didn't.
eat.
No, he
not to
chose
eat.
to go. Yeah, I didn't send him to bed hungry.
He
'cause there was
chose
food
not
there,
to
yeah.
eat, right? And so now it's like this gentle parenting
Yeah,
thing,
man.
and I think that's where it starts. It's like we have to.
It's the foundation.
Yeah, that's why I say it's on us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you can't let the kids get away with thinking that they're right all the time, because
So you end up with YNs.
Oh man.
you know what I'm saying? Like I could remember I want to like my average day when I was in school. You know, I would wake up. I didn't want to wake up. I would wake up, right? I would be forced to like put clothes on, bathe, go to school, catch the bus or whatever. You know, you go to school and then you come home from school, or you was gonna be a part of some team or the band or something that already had like practice or something.
So I
you know,
feel like there's nothing for them to do.
even if you joined the rec team or whatever, you still was going.
Doing
Okay,
something.
now we got to go to practice.
Right.
Now you got to balance out. I still got to get this homework. Your parents going to make
man.
sure you sit there till
Gotta
that
do
homework
that.
done or whatever.
Nothing gets done until the homework is done.
But even happened with study halls
Oh man.
for teams
In the
like,
school.
We had to go to study hall.
Yeah.
If you didn't go to study hall, you couldn't go to the game.
Yeah, you couldn't play.
You can't,
If you missed 2 study, you was out.
and that's my thing.
2
right?
study halls in 1 week. Oh, you didn't play Friday.
Study hall. And we was upset that we had to go to study hall, but we gonna show up
Right.
Because you want
because
to.
I want to play.
You wanna play.
You know it's
Yeah.
consequences to your
Passing
actions.
behind it.
Right,
Yeah, passing
right.
behind it.
Yeah,
And
so
my thing is, go ahead.
yeah, I'm agreeing with you because there's a reward at the end of it, right?
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
definitely.
did it because there was a reward at the end of it. I mean, when I was a teenager, we had this group called the Bows. You know, the cotillion, the
right,
debutantes.
Right.
So the guys had a group, and we were called the Bows. And we had our own event that we called a Botillion. And some of these, like, the coolest cats in the area, I mean, you can name them, like, the coolest cats I grew up with were part of that. And, you know, we would meet and we would learn things like etiquette and just, you know,
That's
how to
another thing, too,
how to
man.
be a gentleman.
We don't have that anymore.
I'm sorry, I
Like,
laughed at that.
we don't
because
have etiquette.
C4 definitely
Yeah.
skipped that course.
Nah,
He
I
missed
ain't
out
skip
on-
that course. Don't do that.
Yeah, we don't have decorum and etiquette anymore, man. Like okay,
Values.
I can guarantee
There you go.
half of our youth don't even know the difference between a dinner fork and a salad fork.
That's complicated, but and that
But
could be that could be
goes
complicated,
to
but
your
What is
etiquette
that?
and decorum.
but even more than that, they don't
Attention
know
to
that they're
details.
supposed to open the door for the lady
Or
elder.
what side she's supposed to be on.
See what I'm saying? These are but this is our responsibility.
Yeah.
This is on us. This is on us. You see what I'm saying? That we can't count on their parents or dad to articulate to them. But you know it.
But what's
You
even
know
worse
it. You know it. I know it. You
what's
see what I'm
even
saying?
Worse is that if the parents themselves don't know.
That's why it's on
Now
us.
the parent can't teach something they don't know.
That's why it's
Yeah.
on us. That's
Yeah.
why it's on us. You see what I'm saying? That's why we bear responsibility in this conversation. You see what I'm saying? Because, like, one of the biggest things that kept me on a straight and narrow when I was growing up was our last name. Like my dad always was like, man, don't you be out there.
Don't embarrass this last
Don't be
name. Yeah.
embarrassing the family name out
Well,
there.
you
You
gotta-
know what
you
I'm
gotta
saying? Like,
understand
I can imagine.
Not a lot of fathers in homes right now.
Yeah.
There's not many fathers. There's not many fathers that. There's not many men that can say that they're an actual father.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, there's a difference between being a dad. You're a dad. You created the kid. But being a father means
Yeah,
that
anybody can
you're
create a
in
kid.
that kid's life. You're in that kid's life. You're teaching that kid how to walk right, how to respect themselves, how to walk out the house and understand that when you leave this house, you have a reputation to uphold.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's not just your reputation.
It's the
my reputation.
family's
It's
reputation.
your mama reputation.
When I was growing up, man, we had the elders. They knew who you belonged to. Aren't you Williams, boy?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's my grandfather. So that's how deep it went. Like, wait, you know better than. But it wasn't always about the physical aspect of discipline. it was. I know what kind of home you come from. You know better than that.
You know better than that.
Even from someone who's not a stranger, but who you're familiar with, for them to say, you know better than that. That could cut everything right there. Boom. And you straight up.
And what you're talking about is what's called expectations.
Oh yeah.
So we had expectations. And I don't know if these youth have expectations.
They don't, bro.
Everything.
They don't have nothing to look forward to. Like they don't care about anything.
They live their lives like a movie or a video game.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Art doesn't imitate life. Life imitates art with them. And that's ass backwards. Like, no.
Being a person who, like I said, you're in the community. Like, you're in the community. And I know there are a lot of things that you want to see. There's a lot of things that you want to put together. And let's just put them together. Like I'm at that point now where it's like, for me, ain't enough parks down here. Like, there's not enough parks to do sports, or there's not enough places to do something for free. Like where I'm from, we had places where we could just go. We want to go to a gym. There was a gym for us to go to that was free. We didn't have to pay $5 to get in. We didn't have to pay $10 to get in. It was free. We just gonna show up at this gym. We gonna ball. And we gonna ball from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. sometimes, because sometimes you just in that gym. You done came with your 5 at 8 a.m. You done ran to about 12, and then somebody at 12 o'clock was like, "Yo, y'all still playing?" Yeah, yeah, we still playing as long as you here.
And you know what the problem with that is? Like, okay, especially when I was coming up, we had coaches that cared, but those same coaches were fathers.
Yeah,
and you know that. Okay, your dad might have been the coach, but your dad was responsible for 15 kids. You know what I mean? Okay. Nowadays, you don't have those coaches, those fathers, because the way society is set up now, because of all of those broken homes, now those parents have to work 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 2 jobs just to make ends meet, because you don't have a whole lot of 2-income households. Yeah. Sometimes you have to be both of those incomes, so you got to work twice as hard. But then where does that leave your kids? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all like topsy turvy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
you really don't have the time.
This is where we are.
Yeah,
this is where we are.
This is reality. Yeah.
This is reality. You know,
and home type of situation.
The broken home.
But you don't have the time. Like say you wanted to be a basketball coach. However, like we was talking about earlier, that the first come every 30 days.
Right.
We only 2 paychecks away from being on the other side of that coin. Now you got to work, but now where does that leave the youth that's looking up? Well, where's Coach Mays today? He working.
My father always told me, never start something you can't finish.
Yeah.
And you have to be, even if you don't like it, even if you don't like it. Like, I've had to stay on teams that I hated playing on because I started, and there was no quit. You can't quit this.
But that was a lesson.
That was
a
lesson.
Yeah.
Like, even today, he's told me, no job is worth your unhappiness. You can quit any day because you can always find another job. But when you commit to something, you truly commit to that thing. You don't say, "Oh, nah, I can't do it." No, you fall on your face. Dust yourself off. Get back up and try.
Yeah. Now we in the transfer portal era.
We don't have to.
College football.
I don't like it over here.
I don't like it over here.
They parent a little more gentler over here.
Yeah, I ain't getting no PT. So let me go over here to where I can get some playing time.
Their discipline is
instead
a little
of
more lax over there.
A starting spot.
They're not going to hold you responsible.
Everything's become softer.
Everything.
There was never, when I was growing up, you got a first and second place trophy. There was no third or fourth.
Participation.
Like, you participate. If you participated, good for you.
Yeah.
You got to see the first and second team get a trophy. So next year,
time you better win.
You better win.
Put in the work.
And, like, my thing is down here, they got the school activities, but where are those outside activities? Where are those outside teams that are pulling kids in saying, "Hey, look, you didn't make the school team. Come play over here.
Right. And see, that's what we had. We had recreation. If you didn't play for the school, you always had rec. Like, I grew up playing recreational baseball.
I did too.
But I never played for the school. I never played baseball for the school until I got to college. I never played in my middle school. I never played in my high school. I always played rec ball. But everybody, all of those relationships that I grew up in with those cats, we still friends to this day. I can't name 15 people that I went to high school with that played sports. Cause I never played sports. I can't tell you 15 prominent athletes that came from Glen Hills. I might be able to name you 5.
Well, I played for the school. I played for the school team, so I know my players, but my bond is with my middle school team. Now my dad coached that team, and we had like structure from the beginning. Like if we had to put out chairs for events, the whole team had to come downstairs.
Everybody, right.
We had study hall. We wore a uniform, but when I went to a Catholic school, so we had to wear a uniform. But when we went to games, we had to stand in 2 lines. We had to get on the bus, 2 lines. We had to stand at the bus stop, 2 lines. This is before we started driving. But we in 2 lines. People are looking at us like, who are these kids? Right. Who are these kids? It started getting to the point where other teams started to imitate what we were doing.
Right.
Like,
structure.
Yeah, because there was structure. There was a prominent man figure ahead of the group, and we were soldiers. We were soldiers. We would follow that man through whatever. You're not gonna mess with him. You're not gonna mess with us. He got our back. We got his back. But
and if I get in trouble, don't call my parents. Call coach.
It got to that point. It got to that point, and I'm like, well, that's my daddy. I call my daddy with all these other kids. They got daddies. But at the end, I understand it now. I understand it as an adult, and I started to understand it
especially once you have your own son. Right. Yeah.
But as a teenager, I started to understand what the uniformity was about.
Right.
Because young black men, you don't see that.
You don't. You gotta go. Even the military itself has gotten softer, bro.
Normally, when you see us walk,
oh man,
you see active duty military guys with beards.
Oh man. And
that always threw me off. I was like, I didn't know you could have a beard or the dread or the hair.
I had a waiver when I was in the military, but
that's what I thought.
This was a piece of paper that the doctor had to sign off on, and I had to have that piece of paper with me at all times, especially when I was in uniform. Now, you don't have to have any of that.
You in a uniform, a U.S. military uniform in formation, and you got a beard on your face.
Even the police force.
Yeah.
You couldn't have a beard on the police force.
Right.
You could have a mustache, but you couldn't have a beard.
Because to me, like this speaks rebellion. Me wearing this beard is rebellion. Like, look at the average sports show with the broadcasters on there. They clean shaven,
clean cut for the most part.
But now you're starting to get some of them with beards and things like that. But before, if you was gonna be on that platform, you was gonna be clean shaven, because they look at the beard as a form of rebellion. And so I can't really imagine military members and police officers speaking rebellion.
So we're missing uniformity.
Uniformity.
George Steinbrenner, the former owner of the New York Yankees.
Oh yeah, you couldn't play for the Yankees without having a clean face.
I don't care what team you came from, where you came from. If you put them pinstripes on, your shit was gonna be clean.
Right. It's uniformity, and you name it, the most valuable word you've said all day is structure.
Structure, yeah.
Like, that's what's missing. Is the structure. Is the structure. That's what's missing with the youth. But we all have an opportunity. I'm saying, because if you have children, if you have nieces, nephews, or whatever, we all have that opportunity. We all have that opportunity because we see them. We see them. We come in contact with them. So what do you do when you see them? How do you know what I'm saying? How do you handle that? But
I've been making it a point of emphasis to just speak to random young men I see. I guess it's more so because I coach my son's basketball youth team, and it's just having that impression because some of the kids I still see them, like if I'm in the mall with my son, I'll be in a random store. That, hey, Coach P, and he really, that imprint that whatever you have as far as that image that you lead them kids with, that's gonna be lasting for them.
But you carry yourself a particular way, because there are coaches probably in your league that don't get the same respect that you do. You know what I'm saying? You carry yourself a particular way, and you structure those young men a particular way. So now your respect level is up here.
Right.
So like to this day, I have, and these are my brothers. Like they call my dad randomly, randomly. Yo, Maze, what's up? Yo, Maze, what's this? If I called them now, I was like, yo, I'm about to have something for my father. They would all be here. And you talking about over 50 people. I could call each one of them, hey.
And they're adults
pops.
now.
They're adults with kids.
With their own families, right?
But,
yeah.
like, they even, like, some of them even call my dad Pops. Like,
yeah.
We call you Pops.
You know what I'm saying?
I call him Pop Maze.
But as a kid, I didn't understand it. I didn't know how to respect the fact that my dad was touching so many lives.
Yeah. He left that imprint.
And he imprinted on these kids to the point where they made mistakes in life. They'll call him and talk about their mistakes.
Right.
They'll call him and say, Maze, I effed up.
Yeah.
I went down the wrong road, and that's not the road you put me on. And accountability. These kids don't have accountability.
Oh yeah.
When I open up, I'm telling you, it's almost like I reluctantly open up Facebook every morning because I'm afraid that there's going to be a new headline. Just like today, I open up Facebook and I'm read about a shootout that happened in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
A shooting that happened at South Carolina State homecoming game.
Yeah.
Well, my nephew played, because he plays with Savannah State, and so my family was there. And you just don't know what the next day is going to bring.
Right.
It's almost like you wake up and reluctantly open up social media or even turn on the news because you just don't know what the next day is going to bring. And for me, like we follow the jail reports and all this stuff here. We ain't got to follow them. It's trending. Like it's in your feed. Right. And when I see these young guys, it almost brings a tear to my eye because it's not my son, but they were a reflection of my son.
That's our future.
How do you open the door for another God brother Trav? Like how can we as a community open the door?
Son Trav.
Yeah.
God son. There we go.
You the brother. It has to be a son.
It doesn't
somewhere.
even have to be you, but like I said, you are a staple in the Augusta community. So how do we as a community now say, you know what, this man? How do we get somebody to follow those footsteps? How do we get somebody to now become the next God brother Trav?
What's cool? What's cool? You see what I'm saying? Like you spoke about NBA Youngboy, right?
Right.
I'm an announcer now for Glen Hill's home football teams. So I'm on the mic during the football games, and I had an opportunity to go and talk to the seniors on their football team a few weeks ago, right?
Right.
And so I just went on my phone and hit record and got the seniors together and talked to them. And every one of them, I asked them like, okay, who's your favorite artist? Or when you get ready for the game, who you listening to in your earbuds or whatever?
And what was the answer?
NBA Youngboy. Every one of them.
That's he hot right now though. That's like you said. That's what's cool.
But what's he saying?
Yeah, that's the thing right there.
What's he saying?
What's the message?
What's the message? I'm asking you.
I mean, I don't
know.
really listen to NBA Youngboy. It kind of skipped my generation. I stopped on Cole, and that was kind of I was stuck in that genre. So I don't really know what NBA Youngboy. I know he is very popular.
But what's he saying?
Songs. Like I said, I know a lot of his songs is a message that I would prefer my son to not consume. I prefer him to be
can't
more
even
of
tell
on
you
a positive.
One of his
See, we
songs.
don't, and see, there's the disconnect. There's the disconnect.
We don't connect with what they.
There's the disconnect.
We have
we
no
don't
idea.
know.
We have no idea.
We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is when they listen to, you're a DJ.
Oh yeah.
You play events for you got to play an event for the youth or whatever.
I just did one.
So what is the NBA Youngboy song saying? And how are they reacting when those songs are playing?
Only song I know about NBA is
I get him.
They're it's intense
It's intense.
because they know every word.
right.
Bar
Every
for bar.
word. Be it positive, be it negative, they know every word.
Bar for bar.
And my question now is like, do y'all know y'all work that way?
No. Man, these cats don't even know how to write in cursive.
It is crazy they took that out of the schools because that was one of our mandatory
Penmanship was
things we had.
mandatory
Yeah,
thing. Penmanship was mandatory.
you had to know cursive.
You know, I learned how to write in cursive when I was in the second grade.
Me too. Penmanship.
That's not. But we're somewhere else now. We're somewhere else now. You see what I'm saying? And I don't even really frown upon that because we somewhere else now. It ain't really about handwriting no more.
Well, you can't
Until you-
understand what you're reading if you can't write it.
But it ain't really about handwriting no more.
Even more though, if you I mean, any business owner, you got to sign your name. I think that's what
That's
they're
the
really
least.
trying to.
They allow you to do it digitally now.
Yeah, I mean they do that, but that's taken away from
And
the.
it's in
signature
cursive.
is in cursive.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
Bro, you ever get a leasing agreement online?
My son got he got a ticket and he had to actually go to court for it, right? So there were documents that he had to sign. His
That's your
signature.
name.
He wrote it in.
He
Regular.
printed it. He printed it out.
So I'm like, wait, what is this? My name. I almost slapped the shit out of it. I know what it says, but what is this? That's my name. No, son, you're right. That's your name, but that's not your signature.
See,
This document is asking for your signature. My son literally had, and he's 18, bro. He did not have a signature.
See, but I feel like a signature is another form of pride. That's your staple.
Yep.
And that's why I feel like that's why I feel like they're taking it out of the schools too, because they want to erase basically your ownership of being able to be a thinker of an owner. To write that penmanship and be able to do that, that means you have something at stake behind that name that you just wrote, like your John Hancock. And he wrote his John Hancock because he was the biggest one in the room, the main one leading the war too.
Bars.
Yeah.
Bars, boy.
I think that's why they take that out of the schools on purpose, actually. So,
Yeah.
I refuse to allow my
it's a
son
lot.
not to know it.
It's a lot. It's just the conversations that we're having are constructive conversations because we're starting to dig down into the root of what's the issues are.
And what's
So this is
much that's missing.
Because it's not just lock them up.
Yeah.
It's not just lock them up.
And that's kind of where you see where it's going. If we lock them up, we can just do away with them. Lock them up and forget about them.
Throw them away.
Throw them away. That's
Throw 'em away.
That's basically all it is.
Throw them away.
We need to have more like black father forums.
Father and son.
Father and son forums. Like you
Include them.
include that because they have a voice. And they're not being heard the way they want to be heard. It's not that they're not saying anything. Are we actually listening? Are we actually listening?
We can listen, but the thing is, how well are they articulating and communicating their point?
That starts with us.
But no. You have to be able to express yourself. You have to be able to articulate your point.
I've heard this too.
Think about this with the law. For you to be arrested or detained, they have to articulate a specific, if they suspect you of a crime, they have to be able to articulate that said crime. that they are suspecting you of. They cannot do that. They cannot arrest you or detain you. And this is before they read you your Miranda rights.
So they mumbling, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're mumbling and they're not communicating. You see what I'm saying?
My thing is we aren't fostering that. We aren't fostering those things. And it's not only at home, they're not being fostered at school either. Because you're not allowing them. Like, remember you had to write a book report and stand up there and read your book report?
Oh man.
Or you had to write
an essay.
An essay, and you had to stand up there and give a 5-minute synopsis of what your essay was about.
And you don't want to sound stupid.
Your essay may be like 5 or 6 pages.
You had to make bullet points. You had to speak to those bullet points. You had to be able to articulate what you wrote down on this paper so that your teacher knew that it was you that wrote it.
Yes. Yes.
There was no reason for plagiarism.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's like ChatGPT can write your paper, but if you don't know what's in that paper, I'm gonna fail you because I'm gonna sit here and read this. I'm gonna sit here and read this. Mm-hmm. But if you can't articulate what's in that paper to me, this is what I'm saying. We aren't fostering that. We have to now.
Understand something that
it goes back.
I don't understand. If I can't communicate, I can't communicate with you if I can't understand what the hell you're saying.
Right.
We gotta force.
They've been getting away with mumbling and not speaking I always say, "Speak up, son. I can't hear what you're saying. What are you saying?" You know what I'm saying?
It's because we've muzzled them. We've muzzled the youth's voice. Their communication is through text messaging. Or their communication is through typing.
And that's shorthand.
And it's shorthand. But it's because their voice has been muzzled. When they speak to their friends, I guarantee you they're loud. I guarantee you they speak up. I guarantee you they have a voice. When they speak to us, it's now uncomfortable because we as adults have muzzled their speech. Like, because I don't understand you, I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, now think about this. I came up in an era where children were meant to be seen and not heard.
Right.
So, and I don't feel like I was muzzled.
But it was a different world.
But it was a different world. And you had opportunities to have conversations.
Well,
I mean, you wasn't talking back. It wasn't no rebuttal.
It wasn't. You weren't talking back. You had an opportunity to have a conversation. Okay, Travis, how do you feel? I may not. But in your parents,
I don't give a damn how you feel. You hear what I say.
In your parents' minds, I don't give a damn how you feel. But explain to me, because now, if I go to the school, your son was doing such and such and such.
The respect level was different back then.
Yeah, your son is doing such and such and such, and I don't ask him. I just automatically whoop on him. Just automatically whoop him because what the teacher said.
Yeah.
See, that the thing now is not my kid. So you don't ask the kid nothing. Oh man, yeah. So they automatically don't have to give you a reason. They don't have to talk because we've done all the talking for them. This is what I mean by muzzled.
That's what you mean when you say they've been muzzled.
They've been muzzled. Because now, not my kid. No, you got the wrong one. Right. And now it becomes, it's not about the kid no more. Yeah. It becomes you're attacking me. Yeah. Right. So now I have to talk for them and me because you ain't gonna do that to us. Yeah. No. Why did you do that? Why? Give me a reason. Give me your perspective. I need to understand where you were coming from for this person to now. Thought process? Yeah, for this person to now say, well, he was doing such or she was doing such and such. Right. Okay, so what? They said you were doing this. I need to know where you were coming from.
So let me throw a curveball in all this, right? Because at the same time, while we have this high percentage of violence and things like that with the youth, we're also in an era in which we got the highest percentage in history of teen suicide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so couple these things together. You see what I'm saying? Like, couple these things together. It's like this. Okay, the same person who's a tough guy is on the verge of suicide.
No conversations being had.
Like they're not being heard. Yeah.
They're not being heard.
Nobody understands.
But we can all go back to that because in my growing up, they didn't understand me.
Yeah.
They didn't know where I was coming from as a teen. You know, you might have lived as a teen, but you lived in a different time as a teen.
But the thing about that is, back then, no matter who you like, even just for myself as an example, there was always someone that I could talk to. Whether it was, even if it wasn't my parents, there was an uncle, a cousin.
So outlets.
Yeah, I always had, no matter, it was somebody that I always felt comfortable enough to tell my most intimate
You want to know what
feelings
the outlet
too.
is? You want to know what it is? I think the same way you do. There's no outlets where the person is now on a mature level.
Right.
I think the same way you do because I want to connect with you.
Right.
So you angry? We angry together.
Yeah.
You want to gangbang? We gangbang together. Because now they're not going to the parent; they're going to the gang member and the community.
And they don't have the
or social media,
or the social media.
they could associate with.
You now putting that all out there, and
A lot of the music
my
is
thing
dark.
Is dark. And
Very.
You came up, like I said, your story, telling us your story from the beginning to now, and how you are, like I said, a very prominent part of the community. These kids are missing the arts. They took the arts away from them.
Yeah.
Like, you got bands, but where's the kid that just wanted to learn the saxophone? He don't want to be a part of the band.
Man, listen. Speaking on bands, right? Travis and I were talking at last month's social session, and you mentioned about the band. It was like 40 people in the band. If you look back in like the 80s, 90s,
with the whole
that band, when they took a band photo, that whole and wasn't nobody in that stadium but the band. I'm talking about from every section to the dancing girls, the drumettes, the flag girls. Bro, that whole stadium was, they had to take the picture from half the middle of the field just to get everybody in the shot.
Yeah, right.
You gotta do this to see when you was at. Oh, there I go.
Right, and then it's gonna go back. It's gonna go back. What's cool? You see what I'm saying? Like this is what I feel like needs to change. That's the dynamic that needs
it cool again.
What's cool?
Influential.
What's cool?
But okay, so if rapping,
Because we're gonna always want to be cool.
Yeah.
Our parents had, who was cool to my parents? Marvin Gaye, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
somebody
who was cool to them? Like they're always gonna follow what's cool and what's trending, and you know I'm a person who like believes in, I study, man, you know, and propaganda is huge.
Oh yeah.
Like propaganda is intentional. It's intentional.
say it again.
Propaganda. Who was to say propaganda for the proper goose? You know what I'm saying? Propaganda, like if you study Adolf Hitler, the reason why he was able to do what he did was because he mastered the art of propaganda. You know, and now we're seeing propaganda being used in an instrumental way, in which what's hot is really not.
Right. It just was marketed.
It's just what's pushed. It's just what's pushed.
But they don't understand that rapping is spoken word.
But what's cool though?
It's because that's your lane. Your lane is poetry, you know. And if they understood that what they're listening to is a form of poetry, spoken word, it's just put to a beat. Make your own music, make your own poetry, make your own sound. Come up with your own sound. That's cool. You know, that if you're so into that rapper and you want to be a rapper, say something different. Say something different. And where's the outlet for you to do that though? Like where are you doing it at? Where are the talent shows? Where are the open mics for kids? Where like those things? And I'm not talking about those what did we haven't had?
Like open mics, yeah. We actually
for
had one like
rappers,
we was in a minute.
Because
Showcases.
it's,
Some of the artist
it's,
showcases.
it's still their form of self-expression.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whether it's like positive or negative, it's still their form of self-expression. We don't want to muzzle them, but at the same time, like you said, like I said earlier, I didn't never want to ride the wave. I wanted to create the wave.
Yeah,
And I think they just want to be wave riders.
That's really
like,
what
this
is
is
riding train.
they surfers.
Y'all
like,
all
okay,
surfers.
this is what's hot. This is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, like I have a younger cousin. I call him a nephew. He called me uncle. Now he's a little older, but he's been rapping ever since he was a teenager, right? And I can remember, you know, getting with him, and he was like, "Oh, Trav, you gonna listen to my music, man?" Da, da, da. And you know,
It just sound like everybody else.
and the things
And I don't understand theirs, so I'm
stuck now.
but more important than that, the things that he's saying are things that he doesn't do
Oh yeah.
or participate in on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I'm going, nephew, you don't do this stuff.
Right. Like I know you for real.
I raised
I
you.
know
What
you
you-
for real, for real. I know your mama.
Yeah.
She ain't getting ready to let
She
you
ain't
do
with
that.
none of this.
Yeah, she ain't getting ready to have that. I know your daddy too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just how the song go. I'm like, no, that's what you wrote though.
It's not authentic. That's what it's missing.
Okay, nephew.
Authenticity.
Okay, nephew. Describe your day for me. Tell me what you do when
And articulate it so that I can understand it.
And I got him to start describe. Okay, reluctantly, I'm pulling it out of him.
Right.
Okay, what do you do? Okay, he's like, I had to get up. And, you know what I'm saying?
Speak to that.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, write a song about that. Ain't nobody gonna listen to that, man. I ain't talking about that. I'm like, so you gonna talk about shooting in the ops, and you ain't got no ops and no shooting, and you ain't
Probably can't even shoot a gun. Can't
and
even
you
reload it.
and you ain't whipping it up, and you ain't got no wrist action and all this
You
stuff.
got a
here.
nice kitchen.
You ain't got no Pyrex. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Give
what
me
is
the
that?
recipe that you use to cook your crack.
Yeah.
Tell me what it entails.
In my cousin kitchen, that ain't happening.
This a nice kitchen.
You don't even know what a mason jar is. How you gonna cook some crack?
But they don't even participate in this. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But they feel
This
like
is
this
not
is
your
how
real
you make
life.
They feel like this is how you make a rap song.
So they riding the wave. That's they imitating what they know, imitating the art. Their life is imitating the art. Just like I
Like,
pull up.
That's what I was saying earlier.
That's how you make a rap
Art
song.
imitates life instead of life imitating art.
Yeah, this is how you make a rap song. Like, you know, when I was growing up, one of the biggest hits, Fresh Prince.
Shout out to Will Smith, man.
Will
I was telling we had this conversation yesterday.
Parents
When I was a
just
child,
don't understand. And he talked about going through the drive-through and ordering 2 Big Macs and fries and Cokes. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyday life.
Yeah.
And didn't have to curse to do it.
Rakim ain't cursed.
Rakim, not once.
Find a bar
Not
with
once.
Rakim
And
cursing.
like I was saying earlier, KRSone is my number 1. Rakim is my number 2.
I'm
Of
right
course,
there with
Nas is my number 3.
I'm with you
But
there.
yes,
Yeah. Find a bar with Rakim cursing.
not one.
Why? It
bro.
just shows you the respect that
And-
he always had for his parents.
And think about this. Not one bar can you show where he ever used a curse word, but listen at how he articulated every rhyme. It don't matter what song you play from Rakim, you heard every word he said. He didn't mumble anything, and you understood his message. That's articulation.
And Rakim is an artist first.
Bro,
He come from a musical family.
You know Rakim to this day still does the same music he did back in the 80s, and it hits just as hard as it did back in the 80s.
He's able to talk about his spirituality. He's a, you see what I'm saying? Like we're able, like we have to we got to get back there. And I don't know how much time we got on the platform, but this is probably a good way to kind of like round things up. The word revolution. The word revolution.
The revolution will be televised.
When you talk about revolutionaries,
Yes.
the word revolution is 360 degrees
To evolve, yeah.
to go back to where you came from. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that's the answer. That's the answer.
So
because we
said
gotta
to
get
revolve and evolve in self-respect because we have to keep ourselves in check, or else it's self-destruction.
We gotta get back. We gotta get back.
And on that note,
well, I got one more quote I want to throw out there
go
too.
ahead.
So we're talking about revolution. Malcolm X had a great quote about propaganda in general, and it was he said the media is the most powerful entity because it can make the innocent look guilty and the guilty
It can
look
shape the narrative.
innocent.
Yeah. It can shape the narrative.
That's something that's always stuck with me, man.
Propaganda.
Yeah. But on that note, Polo.
Brother Trav, it was
Definitely a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Definitely
man.
a
I
pleasure
appreciate the
having you. One more
conversation.
time for Brother Trav.
I appreciate the conversation.
Got to give a shout out for that.
Thank you for bringing me into the fold, you know.
The Augusta Trailblazer.
Absolutely.
Trailblazer,
man,
God brother.
Hey,
Brother
I don't know when this episode is going to air, but we have another second Tuesday social session happening right here at the Icon Cigar Lounge.
1515 North Lake Road, Augusta, Georgia.
On the 14th of this month, October 14th, and we're bringing in mayoral candidate Stephen Kendrick. He's going to come in and is going to do a Q&A. It's called Ask Stephen Kendrick. So whatever you got to know, whatever you want to know about politics, about the city, about things that are happening, about things that he intends to do if he gets the crown as the mayor of Augusta, you know, what are you going to do different than the next guy or the last guy? Come here. We got an open mic session, free form, you know.
Join the conversation.
On the 14th, social session, Hidden Gems. Free of charge, good music, good people, good conversation.
Come join the conversation.
It's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe. Brother Trav, once again, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
For your time, brother. We appreciate having
Coming
you.
in on that Sunday.
Yeah, man. My team's on the bye, so you know,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
on the bye.
You are always welcome to the platform, brother.
All right. I'll take your word on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right.
Until next time, smoke good, eat well, and drink responsibly. We out.
We out. Cool.
Yo, it's Saran Pearson. Say the whole name. Hey, you like what you see? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
I'm running. My mind's running. Racing, pacing, back and forth and back. Black lives matter. Matter of fact, injections to make your ass fatter. While shattered fragments of metal scatter. Now run faster, it's a disaster. He's Pistol Pete, he's the slave master.
He's your local pastor, slanging hope to make his pockets fatter. Now run faster, more propaganda. Keep us in formation like a marching band. A band of brothers, they like no other. They in your house, they undercover. They coming through your TV screen while you fast asleep.
Oh man, I'm gonna go do a line, fellas. I'll be right back. Go get some line, fellas. I'll
Huh?
be right back. Go get some.
We just talked about the youth, and you talking about going to do a line.
You said you
Supposed to be
finna go
positive
do a
role
line.
models.
Is that what you said, bro?
But go do a line of
Hey,
men.
look, I thought he said something in reference to limelight, and I'm like, what? Huh? What?
Boy, I ain't never met a fat crackhead, man.
A fat crackhead.
I didn't say crack.
You said meth.
I said meth. Crackheads. I've seen fat crackheads before.
Y'all know that episode right there was like an hour and a half by itself, right?
Yeah.
You gonna have to chop that up into two.
Yeah, that shit was long, but we hit
You gonna have
good
to
points
watch
though.
the whole thing and then edit it, bro.
I've been doing that anyway, bro.
It's good.
It took me about 4
That's
hours.
a whole fucking another job by itself.
Yeah, it take me about 4 hours
Where do you usually go?
to the library because they got a CPU. Columbia.
If you would go,
They got that and they got
far
storage.
away.
Yeah, they got that and they got storage. So I just download it, look at everything, re-upload it after I get done editing it. The raw version and the edited version.
Cause I would come and sit with you while you do it, so I can see it.
I ain't never been to Augusta Library. I'm pretty sure we got the same shit down here.
You ain't gotta be the only one doing shit.
Bro, actually, yeah, we do need to get more involved in the process of it because hell, it's still just us doing it, but everything shouldn't have to just fall on you. You know what I mean?
Editing wise,
especially editing wise, yeah.
Thank you, Cree.
Right now I got free time, so I ain't really mad.
We need one more camera. We need one more camera.
Yeah.
We need one more big camera.
Yeah, we need one more. We need
one more good angle.
One more good angle. Yeah.
All thing is,
that way you can, cause I see how you when the episode that you put out with me, you, and Sedarius, I see how you'll like cut it and then zoom in and everything. I see what you mean when you say one more good angle.
Yep. If it was fixated, really it need to be on this side because that sun be.
Unless we get a light.
Yeah, unless we get a light. Or we had to get something to cover that window up. One of them two.
That 10 ain't dog enough, huh?
Not when the sun bright and it's early in the day. Like today, it probably would have been fine to have that angle.
Well, now you know it's getting darker now.
We get later. If we keep shooting at 4.
Yeah, the time.
If we can shoot at 4,
the time gonna set back.
I mean, ideally we want to be busy in here, so we ain't gonna be able to shoot. Ideally.
Yeah.
But right now we good.
But if we can, we have to come up with we gotta come up with a time.
So, question.
So
are y'all looking for a camera to, like, have all the time, or?
No, just to record.
This is when we need it.
You can go to rentalens.com.
Oh, but that means we got to rent it every time.
The library don't got. The other library in Columbia got cameras.
But if we renting every time, how many rentals are we gonna get to the point where we done
paid for one?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Yeah.
I don't know. I know what at the library in Columbia they let you rent it for free. You just can't have no balance due or nothing.
What are you talking about?
You gonna be
equipment.
able to travel out of state with it?
I don't know. I don't think you got no track on it though. I just got a time frame where I can have it and I'd rather bring it back.
What is this little dot on it?
Why is this in Georgia?
Hey, look, that Joe hit the state line and started beeping on his ass.
Cops behind you.
Go to the library and ask them, because I'm pretty sure they would not.
They might have that.
I don't think they
might
would.
be able to do it here.
Yeah. I know it's just a little time frame that'll let you use it.
Bro.
But you would have to get it on. Is the library open on Saturdays?
Yeah. The Columbia one is.
It better be. There's no other day. It better be open on a Saturday.
Oh, y'all want me to turn the camera off now?
Well, they definitely needed Jada, huh?
No, you can let it run. Might as well fill it on up.
So who about to go?
James Blair?
What you mean,
James
fill it up?
Blair?
What you mean, fill it up?
But I'm gonna send you a poem. And I want you to like.
Link it into this.
The,
If you got something, yeah, because normally during the cigars I've been putting different music in while we introducing the cigars anyway. So that little segment would be like what kind of it's like you got music to it or you just.
Well, I got one. I do have one with music.
Yeah, if I could just get the track, that'd be cool to put right there. Or I could just edit yours in wherever you like I used to have wherever you want it to be. Probably be like the intro or something. I guess we could do it like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's long.
Well, I can take a, but probably about
I don't know, 3
probably need.
minutes or so.
I don't need but like maybe 10 seconds, maybe 30
Yeah,
seconds.
but
That ain't it.
3 seconds, 10 seconds ain't gonna.
All right. Well, yeah, you send me the whole thing and I'll just figure out how to use it.
Oh, you know what?
Take certain excerpts from it.
Yeah.
Introduce it. Introduce the
rolling credits.
Let
Let it roll on.
Oh, I can do it at the end. Oh, I can do it on the
Let
end.
me
Yep.
introduce the
end.
piece,
Like that,
and then
too.
I'll send you the piece. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we can do that. We still rolling.
You still around?
Yeah, we still going. This is a little behind the scenes right here.
We take he'll take like the
This
behind the
from-
scenes and
This for our OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's my only fan.
Damn, I took the clothes off. Damn, man, take the clothes off.
And I apologize to y'all for wearing a white t-shirt today, but I thought it was a little colder outside than it really was. My hoodie is actually in the truck, but it was too hot for the hoodie. I was like, damn.
I started to wear a hoodie too.
I it's in the truck, bro.
Yeah,
I
walked outside with it, and I was like, you know what?
I saw it was raining. I was like, man, it might be a little chilly and shit. I was like, damn. But when I got out there, I was like, man, it's kind of warm, yo.
King of the Hill.
I got ashes in my goddamn beer.
You might well drink it, bring her now.
But yeah, I like to introduce this next piece, man. Coming up live and direct, man. This is one of my favorite pieces right here that I've ever done. I have an actual short film based off of this, but we're gonna share the shorty right now. This is one of the joints called "I'm Running, I'm Running, I'm Running, I'm Running," and what it's talking about is everything that's going on in society today. We need to kind of take the time to run away from it and take some self time. It's all about being able to spend time with yourself. I'm running.
I edit it in right there. I just got an idea how to edit it in too. So I think I'm gonna do it like that. After we do your intro, I think I'm gonna put it right there. How you talking? I could do a timestamp. I need to start using them anyway. I could just do a timestamp on YouTube and throw your whole poem right there. I'll probably make it like a little short video and send it
That'd
to
be
you.
dope, too.
Yeah, see if you agree with the images. Put like a bunch of images offline or whatever you're
It's a
talking about.
video.
Oh, you got a whole video? Perfect. That's even better.
It's a video, yeah.
Yeah, that's even better. Perfect.
I got two videos. It's like I said, I have an 11-minute version of this. It's called a short film, but then I got a 3-minute. Like I'm gonna send you the 3-minute joint.
Yeah.
Like it's bars. Like
Yeah, I can use that. I can throw that right there.
on that joint.
Right there in the intro.
They whooping on San Diego, boy.
I ain't made no money today, man.
You got your luck. Your luck is still in there.
Yeah, who the hell I needed? Punk ass nigga.
That's how I be feeling.
Gotta go find these niggas.
My son made this beat.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something like that. And you put that on YouTube too? No, I get a link to it too in the video.
Oh, flag. There we go. Everything we talked about in the whole episode. KRSone. Blast Master KRSone.
My son made that beat.
So your son, he's K9? That's K9? I see you say something about K9 with the credits.
K9, yeah. He go with K9, yeah. K9 Productions, yeah. His name K9.
That shit talked about literally everything we touched on.
Right.
Everything.
And then I send you the lump. It's like, so there's a short film right here.
I was like, I can do it. Send me the I'm about to send the link to share that link with me then, so I can then go ahead and just have it already.
You send the link so that you can.
It's like it's a whole short film.
Sequel. I'm about to step out. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold that. I got some more tinkle. Yeah. Refill my cup.
Bro, that goddamn beer out that cup be different, though. I'm talking about. I was over here like, oh shit, I didn't want to do it.
Top zipper.
Your charges in your bag.
You put this up 7 years ago?
These men are sold for 1,200 living pounds. Never mind, I'm coming.
I'm running.
I'm running.
You look like me. That's how we feel when I'm watching a show called Hot Time. Kiss me, I like this.
It's on TV.
That's what I said. I said, damn, it's just full fledged, titties and all.
It's popping on the book. Same shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and send myself this video, bro. Man, I didn't mean to do that. I went out there, my bad. I'm trying to send myself that link. I copied it on your.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll send you all this.
So I can have that.
Yeah. It's actually like you've seen the shorter version of it. It's gonna
That's
really
everything,
like,
yeah. That's the lead up to it, the build up.
Explain to you like what's really happening, yeah.
We gonna plug we good. I don't need no more.
Home to the wifey.
Yeah, we good.
How she feeling about New Year's?
She ready, man.
Cool.
Yeah, she ready.
Nah, I don't do that.
Matter of fact, we've been already talking about our white party that's coming up. We usually do it downtown, but this year I think we about to change location.